Let me tell the story. I can tell it all about the country boy who ran legal alcohol. Daddy made the whiskey and his son, he drove the load. The highway they traveled was known as Thunder Road.
The action has been fast and furious at Thunder Road since 1960. The town, the track, the fans, and the racers are blue-collar, tough, and independent. The fans, yeah, they get their money's worth every time they buy a ticket. The man who has been the backbone of this quarter-mile Speedbowl for nearly 4 decades is Ken Squire.
Short tracks are the bedrock of American stock car racing. There's some 400 of them. Each and every one is supported by a group of fans who come out every week. There's no municipal bonds, there's no civic bonds, there's none of that. Just an organizer who pays the purse, pays his taxes, and tries to keep it running. And it is from this atmosphere, from this environment, all over the United States, that we get those superstars.
Ken Squire helped bring stock car racing to prominence when he convinced CBS to televise the Daytona 500 live flag to flag in 1979.
Here they come. Waltrip trying to slingshot. Petty is out in front at the line. Waltrip, Petty wins it.
As influential as Ken Squire has been to the explosive growth of motorsports, his heart remains loyal to his native Vermont and Thunder Road.
Ken not only has done all the things in television and moving the big forces of NASCAR, Winston Cup, and all of that along, but his efforts in keeping short track America going. I mean, he's such a strong believer in that, and of course promoting the tracks up in Vermont and helping others along the way too. I think that's where his heart still is, and that's good, because he knows that that is the roots of automobile racing, and it's a must that we keep those things going, and he's been a major force in that area.
It's not only a schooling, a learning ground, but more important, for these people that come out and support short track racing, it's a chance to have local heroes, real folks they know who are important and are important to them.
Everybody should buy one.
And Katie, there's no doubt Ken has had a huge impact on stock car racing and motorsports, but there's a little known fact that you folks at home may not know about.
Yeah, this is a big secret. I mean, I read his lengthy bio. On and on it went about everything he's won, the stuff he's done, the career, but it never once mentioned his own brief racing career. You got any insight on that, Ken? You want to fill us in?
You're referring to when I left my teeth at the Northeastern Speedway?
That's it.
St. Johnsbury, Vermont. I figured Burns was going to get to that. I just knew he couldn't be trusted. Hey, welcome aboard. Welcome to the nation's site of excitement. High atop Quarry Hill here in the Green Mountains of Vermont. Thunder Road, ready to rumble, ready to ramble with the 26 Busch Grand National North cars tonight. Buddy Baker's here with me, and Baker, you've had 4 days of Vermont. What do you think of all this?
Well, I tell you what, it's wonderful around here, and the race fans, they're second to none. This is going to be a great show. You guys are in for a treat tonight. I can't wait till we get started.
Time trials were incredible. Less than a quarter of a second over the top 20. Consolation race, 2 more, 4 provisionals, 26 starters. Dave Dion was the quickest of them all, and Kip Stockwell in a brand new ride. He's a local star here in northern New England. He's got the outside of the front row by time trial. But then they invert them, buddy. They draw for position. So as it comes out, Stockwell's going to be starting 3rd and drawing 8th among those top 8. It's the old sprint car thing. That's going to be Dynamite Dave. And Stub Fadden, the racing great-grandfather who started his career here, I don't want to tell you how many years ago, he's up in the front row.
You know, that's the wonderful part. I've often wondered why they put the fastest car in front, make him earn his spot. Tonight he has to come from 8th spot. Dave Dion, a great short-track driver, but he's going to have to earn it if he's going to win here tonight.
It is going to be a barn burner. High bank quarter mile.
I'm strapped in right behind me. The fans here love it.
Defending Busch Grand National North champion Dave Dion has been referred to as a racer's racer, a legend in his own time, and an ambassador of auto racing. That's quite an impressive resume for someone that is not widely known in the world of motorsports. But become more familiar with the veteran driver and you'll realize everything they say is true.
We're not just another series. We're a very proud series. We're made up of hard-working people. We've got the most dedicated fans, I think, in the country.
Dion is a 30-year veteran of Northern racing and finally broke through last year for his first Busch Grand National North Championship with 2 wins, 10 top 5s, and 12 top 10s.
I think all along that was my motivation to prove how good the people were behind me, and I think they stepped up and did that.
But Dion is a traditionalist, also seeing things from the engineering point of view.
Winning a championship was obviously great because it meant so much to my team and my family, but as a driver and the engine builder, I think winning at Loudon this year, a track that's kind of been, we've qualified there, we own the track record, we've never been very successful, and we finally won. We had the horsepower, we had the luck, we had the handling, and we did everything right. So as of late, that's my greatest moment, is winning that race at NHIS.
Dion did try his hat in Winston Cup in the late 70s and early 80s, but now isn't motivated to make that jump again. He plans on racing in Busch Grand National North until he retires and feels that it's the older drivers who are the ones that keep the series going.
We're an older team, and to remain competitive for all these years and be a threat to win a championship and a race, I think that's enough motivation to keep me happy.
Well, it ought to be. Dave just told me he's going to come down to the Wild Horse and Dance soon. We'll see how he two-steps on the racetrack next. See ya. Steve Burns, look at the crowd. They're waving. They're going wild, and we're about ready to go racing here.
150 laps. Let's go upstairs to Kent Squire and Buddy Baker.
Starting lineup is going to look like this for this Jiffy Lube 150. It'll be Glenn Brio on the pole with Stub Fadden. Second row is Kip Stockwell and Andy Santerre. In row 3, it's Pete Rondo from Maine, Dennis Demers. Row 4 is Jamie Omi and Dynamite David Dion. Row 5, Mike Olson and Mike Stefanik. In row 6, Brad Layton and Jerry Marquis. Row 7 is Kelly Moore and Brad Bennett. For row 8, it's Tracy Gordon and John Barber. In row 9, you have Barney McRae and Bobby Dragon ready to ramble. Then getting back into row 10, Tommy Bowles is there with Dennis Dole. The consolation winners were Lou Redemeyer and Franklin Butler. The provisional starters, row 12, is Brian Wall and Eric Bodine from Chemung, New York. And out back, it's going to be Herb Drug and Tom Carey. 42 attempted to qualify, 26 ready to start on the High Bank quarter mile. In-car cameras, Dynamite David Dion has one. He's won a lot of races on this track, including the vaunted Milk Bowl in September. There's Dave Dion in the Berlin City Ford, ready to roll.
Ken, we're getting down to it now. 1 to go. Andy Santerre is also, he has the camera on board. You can see us looking out the front of his car.
This is the guy you're so hot on.
Oh, yeah, I think he has a great future, not only here, but in Winston Cup racing later on.
Just about getting down to a start. Safety crews are in their positions. It's a quarter mile. And the highest part of this high bank is right here at the apex. So when you need the support coming off the corner, like at a Charlotte or a Daytona, it ain't there.
Well, they got some unique corners here, no doubt about it. But it's great racing, side-by-side racing.
Ooh, Brad Layton pulled in for a moment. They're getting ready to start. Getting ready to roll. They're coming down through 3, headed for the Widowmaker. Glenn Brio brings them down from Worcester, Mass. And they're racing at the road. Brio jumps out quickly in front. Stub Fadden, the racing great-grandfather from North Haverhill, New Hampshire, who ran his first race here back in the 60s, cuts into second, but coming right up on the outside comes the 44 of Andy Santerre. Quarter mile, and it's fun out there.
Well, you're riding with Santerre down the back straightaway there, the 44, the yellow car. You can see right now they're side by side for second place. Stub Fadden fighting very hard on the inside.
Santerre gives it the rim ride, tries to move through on the outside. The front straightaway a lot narrower than that backstretch by about 10 feet. Here they are in turn 1. Santerre up on the bank. And Down to the inside moves the big surprise. This is young Kip Stockwell. Look at Dave Dion from 8th position. And of course, this guy won like 30 features on this race, and he loves the outside. This is definitely a 2-lane track.
You see Kip Stockwell there in the blue car. That's an Oldsmobile, folks, moving up into 2nd place. On the outside of Stub Fadden, you're looking back at Dave Dion as we head down in the corner. Dave getting great track position.
Brio, look at that lead he's drawing out to. And as you look further back through the field, here's that 16 as you look out on the outside. Stockwell gets with a wiggle and a wag. Got one sliding, landing in the infield is the number 59, and getting back underway is Lou Redemeyer. Redemeyer, who came in from the consolation round.
Ken, just that one little mistake. He went a lap down there, just sliding like that. Look at Dave Dion fight on the outside of Stub Fadden to take that spot away.
This is what the crowd came to see. Over 10,000 here tonight. They love to watch Dion on the high banks. He floats the car up to the outside, right where there is nothing to hold you. He just seems to have an angel reach out and touch him every time down through. Looking back, there's Fadden right behind him.
Well, this is the part of the race where the tires are starting to get a little bit worn, a little bit hot, and losing a little bit of traction, and the contact will pick up from here on.
Now, the pits, of course, are outside this track, so if you have to pit, you're in big trouble, although it's about a 20-mile speed behind that Chevrolet pace car. Down to the inside, look at the 25 trying to scoot his way through. That's from Andy Santerre's bumper cam, giving you that great shot of Jamie Obie in that Pontiac leaning on the bottom. Andy Santerre continuing to make his way.
Whoa, we have a spin down in turn 2.
That's the number 6. I don't think that's going to bring anything out. He landed safely. And that's a nice thing about a high bank track like this. They get to the inside. It's got to be pretty serious to bring it to a stop.
As you can see, that's Brad Bennett there. Robbie Crouch used to drive that car, but he's taking his spot now. You can see right now Bennett had a lot of trouble, losing many valuable spots.
The Tampa Tornado Crouch gave up that ride at New Hampshire, or was released. I don't know what that story is. You hear both stories. Here's the 05 continuing out in front. This is the best that Glenn Brio of Worcester, Mass. has ever done, but he's beginning to feel some heat. Here comes one of the Stockwells in 2nd spot and Dion 3rd. The leader, Glenn Brio, has just tapped the wall. Brio in the 05 has just tapped the wall on the main straightaway. Watch this.
Hard into the outside wall. Brio really gets some damage there. He's trailing smoke out there and fixing to give up the lead, it looks like.
Well, here, and he's sideways. He's around in front. Dion just getting through. Stockwell made the move on the inside. Dion came with him. That brings out the first caution at lap number 26.
Ken, it looked like the right rear is flat on that car there. When he hit the wall, apparently it did some damage to the tire. You can see it flat there. Tough break.
So a guy running for that Ray Vestas Rookie of the Year honor, Glenn Brio, in trouble. Stockwell catching him, and here's what happened.
Well, you can see him right there. The right rear just blows out. You can see the sparks off the right rear. Around he comes. Look how close Dave Dion come to collecting him there.
Dion stays in 2nd, and what a shootout between the guys that were the fastest in qualifying. Action on the high banks in turn 3 of Thunder Road. Glenn Brio, rookie, in trouble, ready to pit. That'll discount his chances tonight at the site of excitement. Barrie, Vermont. It's called the granite capital of the world. This is where the Green Mountain Boys get that granite from. They say they've created their own Grand Canyon. And the racing is as tough as the rock. Getting ready to go green with 29 laps complete with Buddy Baker. I'm Ken Squire. Katie Haas, Steve Burns here at the site of excitement. The Busch Grand National North strutting their stuff for the first time on TNN, and you have Stockwell leading the group as they come down. Young Kip Stockwell, a Vermont boy, and Dave Dion from Hudson, New Hampshire, right flanking him as they go into turn 1. Stub Fadden out of New Hampshire on the outside of row 2, and Andy Santerre, number 44, on the inside of that second row.
Fans, you got to love this side-by-side restarts, not just single file when they start back. These guys go racing. Dave Dion fighting on the outside as we fall back through it. Watch all these guys. Look at Dion trying to make a move into the lead.
And watch Dion on the outside, his favorite spot, down out of the Widowmaker. We got number 5, McCrae, in trouble. He eases up on the inside, spun that rig, kept it going. No caution out. Stockwell stays in the lead. Dion challenging, counters on the outside. Just behind him, Andy Santerre right there. Another look at what happened here. And Barney McCrae gets all the way around, keeps on trucking.
Good 360, no harm, no foul. Everybody back in single foul. Just for a second, you see Stub Fadden getting on the inside of Santerre, taking that spot away.
Took it away from him in the backstretch.
Oh, we have one up against the wall, coming out turn 4.
Caution coming out as they come down out of 4. I've got one spun and flat against the concrete.
Wow, the Widowmaker scratches another.
There you go. The 05 got collected that time, and that's Glenn Brio around again. Kid that sat on the pole and led the friend. Look at that, another right rear down. He's got something rubbing, and it's costing him. Second caution is out, and that's the second time for Brio, and again, it's the right rear that's lost a shoe.
Okay, you'll watch him come off the corner here. You can see the tire lets go way back up the way there. Left front comes around, gets into the Widowmaker there. Hard lick on the left front.
Underway, we'll take a quick break and be back with more from Thunder Row. .43 laps complete, a couple run under green. Stockwell jumped right back out in front. Kip Stockwell in the lead with Dion in second. Andy Santerre in third. Fadden is in fourth. And currently riding fifth is Jamie Obey.
Yeah, but look back here at the 51 and the Brad Layton car. They are going at it back here. They are running into each other, sliding into each other. Great action back in the pack.
That's back in the 10th and 11th position as they continue to slug it out back there, side by side. This very narrow main straightaway. Almost getting
up close and personal, folks. Bobby Dragon there in the 7, the green car on the outside.
Many-time winner here at the road. Steve Burns is with the guy that set it up for the beginning of this race.
Ken, Glenn Brio has been in twice. At first, they just thought it was the right rear, but now they're having overheating problems, and they have broken a brake rotor on the left front. So tough night for Glenn Brio.
Jerry Marquis just spun. Remember, he's one of those leading contenders in the NASCAR North point battle with Mike Stefanik, about 6 points apart coming into this one.
Yeah, he's a multi-winner this year, but you can see right now he's trying to figure out why he spun. The car seems to be off just a little bit. Marquis in the 15 when he come back on the racetrack. He's about to go a lap down to Stockwell.
And to Dave Dion. The Hudson, New Hampshire native. Stockwell, you're looking from Dion down into turn number 1 as he chases the youngster who won 35-lap main event of this track just a couple of Thursday nights ago.
Ken, I just noticed something on Dave Dion's car. When they started down the straightaway, there was moisture on the windshield. I don't know what in the world's going on, but it looked like somebody's losing a little bit of fluid out of their cars.
Think it's Stockwell? Look at Santerre peeling to the inside in third, the number 44, trying to move under Stefanik. Stefanik giving a bit of room here and lets him come up off 2 out of the hole. Gets that run down there and just noses beneath him. So now Stefanik has been lapped by 3 of the 26 starters. And Steve Burns can add to that Stefanik story.
Ken, Mike Stefanik has a bad push in the number 51. Now, he's the points leader for the Busch Grand National North Series, but amazingly enough, he has never raced here at Thunder Road.
Up to 5th, there you see that number 51, Mike Stefanik, having a very good run at the present time. 15, Jerry Marquis. Did I say Stefanik? If I did, wrong. Marquis is in the 15, and he's the one that went down, and he's the guy that is the point leader.
That Kip Stockwell, though, is running so very well in the 96 here, and he's holding off one of the best short track drivers in the United States there. Dave Dion is no slouch on this type of racetrack. I'm very impressed with Kip Stockwell.
Jerry Marquis was the one who looped himself in trouble, got it back together, and kept on coming. Now look at this 74 and 86 slugging it out.
That's Tracy Gordon in the 74 there.
And that's Dennis Demers, who's a local driver. Green Mountain Boy right there in that white-red numeral car.
Watch this Brad Layton. He does not wait very long. He's the bump and run expert in this group.
Got the 01 showing some smoke as it comes by. It doesn't look too good. And I think he's going to give that one a...
Brad Layton, let's say hello there. Now, Mike Stefanik is real smart in the 51, the third car in the frame there. He'll wait on Brad Layton to move the 86 out of the way.
Stefanik in the 51, a really good driver. He had some comments about Thunder Road and running on the short track. Now, ooh, take a look at that 86.
That's Dennis Demers there.
Dennis Demers getting it sideways for a moment, and Brad Layton, who's won on this track, trying to get underneath him. Some good racing. Stefanik, who grew out of the modified ranks, out of the Stafford Springs Speedway, some of those other New England tracks. Watch him try to make his move, and look at Layton in the 55 as he climbs up inside of Demers. Demers sideways out at 2.
Whoa, a little contact there as they started off the corner. You see the 51 of Stefanik coming on the inside there. Just behind him, Tom Bowles in the 76. Boy, what a race back here.
They've completed 65 laps. Stockwell holding the lead. Dion still in second. Santerre in third, and they are in heavy traffic. Moving up is Bobby Dragon on those leaders all the time in the number 7. Bobby Dragon rim riding on the outside, closes up on the number 90. Tries to put him, Herb Drug, lap down. Got him.
You see Dion there trying to get that outside groove. Here comes Bobby Dragon in the 7 car on the outside.
Look out for Kelly Moore, too. Kelly's beginning to get loose, and he is beginning to make a run. Fadden is slipped back a little in the field. Stockwell still the surprise in the 16, holding the lead with Dion in second. And the 96 and the 29 just were getting a little cozy there, rubbing elbows the last time by. 70 complete of 150 this time. There's Demers. Or rather, there is Santerre in third and hanging right in there, just waiting on these 2 leaders.
Whoa, a little bit loose. Stockwell gets sideways coming off corner. We have Tom Bowles spinning off the front straightaway.
And it's still wide open. Let's see. There's the 29. Thought maybe he might catch the 96 lifting a little for that dust. Not to be. Caution's down. Yellow's down for the second time of the race. Comes at lap 71 with Stockwell in the lead. Dion in second. Take a look at what happened to the Tom Bowles car just a moment ago. Oh! Got right over the top of the guy. We'll take a break and be back with more at Thunder Road. Jiffy Lube, 150, Stockwell, Dion, Santerre, Dragon, Fadden, Obi, telling the story. At Thunder Road in Barrie, Vermont. Friday night, usually a Thursday night operation. And here you see the number 86. And let's take a look in real time at what happened out here to Dennis Demers.
Demers, you can see right there, Tom Bowles climbed right up. Look how close the... Wow, there was a car just behind them. It almost took both of them across the hill there.
Tom Bowles and Demers, and look what happened to Demers. Hey, I want to remind you, you can experience country.com, your personal source for all things country, from race cars to country stars. Connect to country.com. You're connected to Thunder Road right now, and at the site of excitement, it's for the lead, side by side. Stockwell and Dion into turn number 1. Off the launching pad, still even across. Andy Santerre on the inside, but look out for Bobby Dragon. He's back at that number 7, and he is rambling on the outside, main straightaway. Even across.
18-degree bank turns here. You can see the outside is just as good as the inside. Dion's putting a lot of pressure right there on Stockwell. As they go down into the corner, you can see the outside is just as quick.
5th is Stockwell, and running 6 is Jamie Obey. In 7th is Kelly Moore. Look at this battle for the lead. This is it, Andy. Whoa, Dion hanging right in there.
And Bobby Dragon has moved into 3rd in the 7 car there.
Bobby Dragon, looking like the dragon of old at the site of excitement. He won so many races back in the 70s and 80s on this track. His first time back in over a decade. And he gives the Quint Beauvert car a beautiful ride. That number 7 car tasted victory on this track with Chuck Bound from Portland, Oregon, driving it for a couple of seasons up here in New England. Now look at Dion, look to the inside, back straight away into turn 3.
Look at Dion, he's trying to get under. You can see Stockwell, he's just fighting right back in the 96. Here comes Bobby Dragon, trouble on the racetrack.
Got trouble up in turn 3. The 42 went around. That was Tom Carey. Let's see who else is involved in that. There's one on the outside. There's the 59. And as we get Lou Redemeyer righted, we have another caution on the track. This comes at lap 83. It is the 3rd of the event. So we'll be back to more of the excitement at the site of excitement after these messages. Four cautions for 18 laps. Just ready to go back under green at lap 87. Kip Stockwell on the inside, deployed on the outside, flanking him. Here comes Dion. Let's see if Dion can get that jump. Beautiful start by Stockwell. And now Bobby Dragon down on the inside. He begins to unlimber the number 7. He works inside of Dion. He may get him. Andy Santerre in the 44. He's on the bottom as well. Look at these shots from Santerre as they come off the banking down the main straightaway. Santerre looking for any kind of distance. Dion willing to hang it out all night on the outside. The number 29. Berlin City Ford giving us those great pictures. And Andy Santerre.
Low contact there.
Take a look at that one. Right back at you. Full contact racing here tonight.
You can see Bobby Dragon slipping just a little bit, getting into Dave Dion. Dion fighting back. Boy, they're bouncing off each other in every corner.
They're knocking each other in every straightaway, and again in the corner. Look at Dragon on the inside up to 2nd. He wants to go after Stockwell. One of the Racing Dragon family of Vermont into 2nd place. Steve Bowles is out of it. Steve Burns is with him.
Yep, Ken, Tom Bowles in the garage here. He's 5th in the points. This is a heartbreaker. Tom, what put you out?
Yeah, just a short track race and things are tight. And, you know, we were running pretty good. We got turned around, came in and made some changes. We're coming back up, and somebody in the pack got turned around. Tried to check up and slow down, but somebody right on my butt just drove me right into the mess and tore up the right front suspension. This is the worst, you know, night we've had here, so far this year. So we'll just fix this, see if we can get out there and do something, collect a few points, and head home.
Boy, Ken, short night, Ken.
Yeah, and look at 51 beginning to throw off some sparks out there. Mike Stefanik.
Whoa, Dave Dion there was off just a pace there. He looked like he was just about to spin out. He got her back straight, back under full steam again.
95 laps are now complete. He's got to do some making up here.
You know, we were watching Mike Stefanik just a little while ago. He's trailing a little bit of sparks under the car. He's your current point leader, so hopefully it's not a big problem.
Well, what a revolting development that was for Dave Dion. Thought he was there, and for just a second, it slipped up. And now he's got 3 car lengths to make up on 2nd place. Dion and Santerre after him. Stub Fadden stays a stout 5th. We've got 2 spinning and crashing hard up in the corner, and one hard into the wall on the outside of turn 3. Straight off the top and into the wall. There's Kelly Moore's number 47 being righted. He was in 7th position in the Tic Tac car, and a hard contact into the wall off turns 3 and 4. Right up over the top, and they put the red flag out, and they have brought everyone to a halt at lap number 98. As you look here at number 15, head on into Barry. A hard You can see him. He's taking off the steering wheel. I guess he's okay. Let's see if we can see what happened here.
See, Kelly Moore gets hit in the back there, the 74 car, as Tracy Gordon gets into the back of him. 35 comes along, makes contact there.
And trying to avoid all of this, the 15 went right off the top and head on into the wall.
That's Mike Olson there in the 61. He was also involved.
Tried to get it locked up and slowed down, but not a chance. Airborne. And into the barrier goes the number 15. End of the night for Jerry Marquis. He is waving. He is all right. Hard slam. Okay. Crowd up and applauding that he is all right. Red flag at lap number 99 as Jerry Marquis rides down a hard one. Turns 3 and 4, buddy. Thunder Road in Barrie, Vermont, the Jiffy Lube 150 at lap number 98. The ski-do, ski-don't. A hard ride into the wall off turn 3, trying to avoid an incident there is really going to hurt the point effort that has been made in the last several races by Marquis. There you see the safety crews up there. We saw him walk away from the vehicle after it crashed into that wall.
Well, Ken, we just got a message from NASCAR. Tracy Gordon's going to be assessed a stop-and-go penalty, and he was running in 8th place, so that's going to be very costly to him.
Let's take a look at the incident again, buddy. Kelly Moore in the 47, tagged by the 74.
Tracy Gordon gets into him. You can see Brad Layton going on the inside there. Boy, Stefanik just did make it by there.
Second time he's ducked the bullet tonight. Upper right, you can see that car just floating off the top. And that was the end of Jerry Marquis' effort. The pot really boiling. There's the impact, and it was hard. He was out of the throttle. Front end was in the air as he went into that wall about 80 feet back. A little room to correct, but you can't do much correction when you haven't got any tires on the front end on the ground. So we have a red flag, and we've still got this great fight up in front. Stockwell has been showing the way. Oh, that's a hard hit. Bad, tough night for Marquis in that 15.
Ken, I've just got a report from Stefanik's crew. They have a Panhard bar or a shock bracket that is broken on that car, so they're going to have to work on it. That's what we were looking at while it was dragging a while ago.
Here's Steve Burns with more.
And Ken, with Larry Layton, Kelly Moore's crew chief, the 1995 champion. What has Kelly told you? How badly is it torn up?
Well, it's not hurt too bad, you know. He said the bumper cover's got a rip in it, and the spotter says the right rear corner's pushed in a little bit, so we're going to bring it in. The car's a little tight, you know, so we're going to make an adjustment and patch him up and send him back out.
And Ken, if Layton sounds familiar, he's Brad Layton's cousin.
Everybody's related in New England. And we've got a story developing on the number 86. That's Dennis Demers. Katie can tell us more.
Well, Ken, Dennis Demers is actually car number 86, running for Rookie of the Year this year, and a man is pushing 50 years old now. Related story, Stub Fadden, car number 16, started on the outside pole tonight. He won his first race here in 1962. He was born in, 1933. Must say something about some healthy living up here, Ken.
Oh, come on now. He's only about 40. There you see some living. That's Stub Fadden's number 16. Let's call him the racing grandfather, and he said, no, that's wrong. I'm a great-grandfather now. I'm proud of it. Jerry Marquis, number 15, Ski-Doo Chevy. Winner of 3 races this year, is not going to win number 4 after a hard lick at the road. And welcome back on TNN to Vermont. Thunder Road, High Bank quarter mile. Not very far away, you can find one of those covered bridges you hear about up in New England. And you can always find, when you come to Vermont, some of that great maple syrup. Those Percy boys, they really produce good stuff. And back at Thunder Road, we're getting reset to go again. Cars are moving. They now have completed 103 laps. We sent Buddy Baker out to find out what he could learn about racing in Vermont. And this is what he discovered.
Guys, I'm gonna tell you what, they haven't brought my ice cream yet. You know, no, just one. Not even a taste.
No, it's fine.
Well, I'll have to wait till they bring my little cone out here then. Well, thank you very much. I see my little ice cream cones got here. Whoa! Eat your heart out, people at Thunder Road. Oh, is that neat, huh?
One of the great products of the Green Mountains, a little ice cream with bacon.
I didn't know how obscene that thing looked. Oh.
Hey, check out NASCAR online before, during, and after the race at www.nascar.com. It's your 24-hour NASCAR Garage Pass. Race into the all-new and official store of NASCAR, too. Visit NASCAR Thunder. NASCAR Thunder now open in cities everywhere. For locations and information, visit that website at www.country.com. NASCAR Thunder, the official store of NASCAR. Jerry Marquis took a hard lick. He's able to talk about it with Steve Burns.
Kent, Jerry Marquis came here with 3 wins, second in the points, but he leaves with a torn-up race car, some bumps and bruises. Jerry, you okay? That was a tough lick.
Yeah, it sure was. The Ski-Doo, GMC, O'Connor, Chevrolet Monte, Lumina was doing pretty good tonight. We were just kind of biding our time there early, and we got spun, and then we had to come back from the back, and we lost the rear brakes on the car, so we just taking and riding around, and that incident came in turns 3 and 4, and we went airborne, and when we came down, we were right up against the wall. At that point, I had no control over the car. You know, just a shame. The car was running good, and hopefully we'll be able to come back next week and give them heck.
Okay, thanks, Jerry. We're going green.
Next week, there'll be a Watkins Glen, New York, this Busch Grand National Series on Saturday, ready to go green. And as they do, Kip Stockwell, the upstart, in front. And Bobby Dragon, the veteran, coming after him with Dave Dion falling back to third. Andy Santerre followed by Stub Fadden as they ramble down into turns 1 and 2 into the back straightaway. Get another lap on the board. 1:07 of 150 complete in the Jiffy Lube 150.
Boy, Kip Stockwell, he's showing everybody his back bumper tonight. What a great job. I mean, they put him on the pole. He stayed there all night long with a great amount of pressure.
Great picture from Dave Dion as he tries to scoot down on the inside of Bobby Dragon. Bobby Dragon's own son, Scott, won his first feature just a week ago. The whole family was excited, and there sure are a lot of dragons in this den up here in the Green Mountains. There's the story right now, that baby blue car with that kid that looks like he isn't old enough to drive. Kip Stockwell out in front. His father was Lenny the Tiger Stockwell, who won over 40 main events in this track. And mother's a big supporter of Kip. Family brought 2 cars in here. They intend to run the late model event as well. 05 is coming back in another time after giving it a go. That's Brio off the track. Meanwhile, for the lead, Stockwell there. Lap traffic, Bobby Dragon. Fun to watch him. Deliberate, good racer.
For you people that were just listening, he is not lap traffic. Bobby Dragon is running very, very well right now in second place in the green car there. You see him going down into turn 3. The one thing they do have, they have the 74 car of Gordon, who had to stop and do a penalty a while ago, just in front of him. This is Stockwell's biggest challenge right now, trying to maintain that lead position while he's got a car just in front of him fighting to stay in the lead line.
Tracy Gordon's a good racer, and he does not want to get any further back after that stop-and-go penalty. Tracy Gordon out of Strong, Maine, who qualified in 15th among the 26 starters here. Dion giving you these pictures. Third-place car. Looks on the outside. Short track racing on the High Bank quarter mile of Thunder Road. Here's Dion going to the outside.
Yeah, I guarantee you they're fighting it out right now. There's just a few laps to go. I mean, on this track, They're going around here so quick that look at this for second place. Dave Dion making a move on Bobby Dragon.
Right down to the bottom of the racetrack goes Dion. He's trying to fight his way back into second. He was up challenging for the lead, made a bobble. It's cost him. He's trying to get a spot back, and he's doing it.
Oh, there goes Olson in the 61 around up on the top side of turn 1.
Mike Olson and another car in trouble, and yellow is down. That looks like the 90 has stuffed it. Herb Drug in big time. Lap 120. Herb Drug is able to start and go, but Mike Olson, the grandson of that guy in number 16, the Napa car. Let's see what happened to him, buddy.
You can see it looks like maybe he has a flat or something on the left rear there. You can see him going around. That looked like a one-car incident. He got this damage just a few minutes ago and another wreck.
He chewed it up on the wall, I believe. And there's Drug headed out for the tall timber.
Yeah, that's up in turn 3 there. That had nothing to do with Olson's spin.
121 complete. Mike Olson out of North Haverhill, New Hampshire. Fore and aft, the Little Tree car. Headed back into the pit area. Coming with him is Brad Bennett's number 6. Up in front is the whole story. It has been Kip Stockwell. Relative unknown in this division. Comes in here with a car that his dad has helped him prepare. Relative unknown in this division. Comes in here with a car that his dad has helped him prepare. And what a job he has done. Stays up in front with Dion in second. And that was the way they started. After just a couple of laps, they were right there banging on each other. Then Dion dropped back. He's ready to go after it. And this crowd, this is the kind of race they expected. This is the kind of race they wanted. This is the kind of race they've got with local driver Kip Stockwell at the advantage. Dion about to try and take it away when we return. Under green and back with you. Stockwell still in front. Dion still trying to take it away. And Stub Fadden at 63 years of age has gone up to third. We've got one spinning, and guess who? It's the number 51, Mike Stefanik. Looks like he's torn up. Right front, right rear has gone down. Put that Burnham boiler rig in trouble. Tries to get that Chevy righted. Just back with you. Fadden is the one that's making the big move. Take a look at what happened here. Caution flies for the 7th time at lap 129. It's for Stefanik. Couldn't see enough there to discern exactly what it was. But it's bad news for Mike Stefanik. And so the leaders in the points, Marquis and Stefanik, both in big trouble.
You can see Stefanik going in there to work on his car in the pits there. He had reported that he had a problem on the back of the car. A lot of damage to the front of that car, as you can see, too. Later on, when he was going in there, he had the front valence torn up. The 86 has got a tremendous amount of damage also there. That's Dennis Demers. He's got to get off the racetrack and go work on that. May be a while, too.
That's going to take him out of any hope of contention. But the story is right here on the point. There you have Kip Stockwell, the youngster, right here in central Vermont, races Thunder Road on a regular basis. A guy that used to do it every single week, that Berlin City Ford driver. Dave Dion in second spot. So you've got a relative newcomer against a cagey veteran. But talk about cagey veterans. You've got Stub Fadden getting under Bob Dragon and moving back into third spot. Well, we see Stefanik coming back into Demers, back on the track with 131 complete. Hey, don't forget Opryland, official destination of NASCAR. For more information on Opryland, call 615-889-6611 Monday through Friday. That's 615-889-6611 Monday through Friday.
We are under red for 5 minutes and 6 seconds after that hard crash that tore up Jerry Marquis' Ski-Doo rig badly. Stefanik, he's now in trouble and on the tail end of the field to work his way back through. Dion and Stockwell up in front, but the surprise is the 63-year-old driver of number 16, Stub Fadden, who told me this morning, hey, just to be here at Thunder Road once again, I don't even care if I qualify. I'd love to qualify, but I just want to be here and be part of this. And look what part he's in. Top 3. Dragon is in 4th. Lights off on the pace car as they get ready to turn it loose one more time. The 25 will have Jamie Obey in that Pontiac, and he was an old Thunder Road regular, and nobody how these guys that have run here some seem to be favored. That experience paying off, like Brad Layton coming up into 6 in the 55.
You know, you can't beat local knowledge. If you race at a place, you automatically know more about it than other people, and it is an advantage, as you can see tonight.
Andy Santerre is back there in 7th, and in 8th on the restart is Brian Wall. Fights for the lead. And we're in those last laps, so it's single file on those restarts. Fadden, just a bit of a bobble. 7 couldn't grab him, Dragon. Stockwell, unrelenting, holding on to that lead. Now, Dion has to go really apply the pressure. 135 of 150 complete. Dion looks him over, comes down to the inside. Is there enough room? No, there is not up to.
He's looking inside and outside, though. One mistake, and we'll have a new leader here tonight.
Stockwell edging up a little each lap. That's all that Dion will need. If you can get the nose in, you can get the car through. Dave Dion giving us these great pictures. With him around this quarter mile. Andy Santerre in that Monroe muffler car giving us some great pictures as well. Now you're looking back. Here's Fadden closing in the 16.
Stub Fadden, 64 years old, doing a great job in the blue car. You're looking back at him. That's your 3rd place car. Bobby Dragon, the green car, trying to make a move on him.
140, 10 to go. Look at Dragon coming down to the inside, trying to move Fadden. Now he switches and goes to the outside in 3. Nothing there. Jamie Obey has that Pontiac running back just behind these front 4 in 5th spot. The black number 25, and then it's Brad Layton in 6. Any kind of a break. Stockwell is pulling away. Imagine this. First time out in this car. Wow, some smoke. Did I see some smoke on the 96? I thought I saw some smoke roll out from underneath there, buddy.
Boy, you can't tell. As much as when they go through traffic, you can see the sheet metal a little rumpled on that car. Hopefully it's nothing bad. I do see some black oil on the back of that car right in the middle.
Dion holding on to him, and remember, that windshield a little earlier on Dion had some fluid. Throwing down fluid, you have to get caught in your own oil. 144 and 6 to go. Stockwell leaps out in front again by 2 car lengths.
I'll tell you what, he might be smoking, but he's flying too.
Kip Stockwell down to the final 5. Pulls away by 3 car lengths. Dion is being challenged by the blue number 16 of Stub Fadden. Laps running down. This is going to be an upset if Stockwell can hold on in the 96. Final moments, and a local driver may pull an upset here. 147, 148 this time. Some cars beginning to smolder here at the end, and 2 to go. Dragon looking to the outside. Stockwell holding on. Dion coming back.
Stockwell's looking at the 51 there. Stefanik is smoking, throwing fire back in his face, but he hadn't lifted. He's still in her.
White flag and 1 to go. Final lap. Dion to the inside. Stockwell fends him off. Wide ovals out of 2. Can he hold it one more time? Dion looks him over, looks to the inside, coming down to the line. It's going to be Stockwell, the winner. Stockwell defeats Dion and 63-year-old Stub Fadden, who drove his very first race on this track more years ago than he cares to remember.
has one of his greatest nights as he comes home in third. Kip Stockwell has done it. We'll take a break and meet the winner in a moment. What a night for the Green Mountain State. The NASCAR Busch North Series comes here to Thunder Road, and one of their own in his first performance pulls the upset. Let's join Steve Burns.
Ken, like you said, what an upset. Now, I've got about an inch worth of notes here on my clipboard from the NASCAR Busch North Series, and Kip Stockwell is nowhere to be found, but I can find him in this race car. Kip, what a tremendous victory. The hometown fans went nuts.
Like, I don't know what to say. I just like to thank my mom and dad. This is for them. You know, they put their heart and soul out. The last 2 weeks or so, you know, we spent a ton of money on this car. Man, this is for them. I'd like to thank Steve Hibbert and all the people that helped me buy this car. And, man, ran off auto supply and all my guys. I didn't expect this, man. This is great. I don't know. This is a great win for my family and my sponsors and my crew members. And we won last week here at Thunder Road. And I'll tell you, this place is home, and I can't wait to race here again.
Well, folks, he held off a legend, Dave Dion. Hey, now let's check in with our legend, Katie Haas.
That's real funny, Steve. Actually, you know, there's some great stories out here, some wonderful stories about people who come out here to race. One of them, the Bobby Dragon family. He races, his son races, his dad races, his dog races, and there are a lot of fans here. Finished fourth tonight. Let's take a look a little bit closer in that Dragon family.
I started many years ago, and I enjoyed it, and I've had a lot of good success with it. I've had a lot of downfalls with it, but my brother, of course, saw that I was having fun. The whole family saw that we were having fun, so he got into it.
Well, actually, racing has continued in my family, and I think, to be truthful, it's an ego thing.
They may slightly disagree on how and why their family, the Dragon family, became a racing legend in New England, but they both agree that it's always been a competitive one.
Good friend of ours, my brother and mine, who was a big Chevy man, and my brother was running a Ford at the time. He felt he could build a Chevy that would beat my brother, and wanted to know if I was interested in driving it, and I said, sure, why not?
My wife used to hate to see my brother and I get together on the racetrack. It seems though every time there'd be a lineup, Bobby and I would be, you know, side by side or 1-2 or something like this, and seems though there was always a confrontation where one of us would maybe end up over the bank or something because of the other one.
And the competition didn't stop between the generations either. Beaver's son Brent has vivid memories of their first father-son race together.
We touched and he spun, and I went on and finished second, and from that day on, I guess that was probably decided then that we were going to race.
And race they did. Like some of the great racing families, the Pettys, Wallaces, Labonis, and others, the Dragons are heroes, local favorites in the Northeast, especially at Thunder Road. The high-banked quarter-mile track is a tough one, especially if you drive deep in a turn 4, more commonly known as the Widowmaker. But the Dragons have been here long enough to know how to ride the wall and how to stay out of trouble. In fact, they've been here so long, it's more like a second home.
Well, I believe that's why they call racing, they say it's in the blood. It definitely is. Any Dragon fans back here? All right, Ken, how about we go back to you? Give us a rundown of this exciting race here at Thunder Road.
Okay, let's look at the top 10 for 125 laps. It was Stockwell, Dion there fighting him. Dragon fought him, and when it was over, it was Dion for second, Stub Patton for third, Bobby Dragon finishing in fourth, Jamie Obie in fifth, Brad Layton sixth, Wall, Andy Santier ends up in eighth tonight. Great win for a young man. A Green Mountain boy wins at the road, Thunder Road.